Hi, welcome to Mamas and Mannies. I'm your host, Trina. This is a short form podcast for mamas that are looking for a quick burst of me time. We're going to do it a little different. We are going to talk about the Peachtree Road Race. I ran my first Peachtree Road Race on July 4th. And this is the shirt. I did not know until recently that they actually keep the shirt design a secret until the actual race. So this is actually the shirt design. I don't know if you can see it all, but I wanted to give some tips and tricks. I think maybe I asked a few people, tried to look up some videos about running the Peachtree, but here are my before getting ready, before at the Peachtree Wellness Fair, and then during the race. So I actually decided I was going to run the Peachtree Road Race 8 weeks before the actual race. I started off, of course, I joined Atlanta Track Club. That is also a little trick to know. If you join Atlanta Track Club, they're almost guaranteed a place in the race. The Peachtree Road Race is actually competitive to get into. So if you join the Atlanta Track Club, you automatically get a spot if you pay 90% of the time. Or so what I've been told. If you don't have an Atlanta Track Club membership, you actually have to go through a lottery. They open up registration for Atlanta Track Club members early, and then they open up a lottery a few weeks after that. So first tip or trick is to go ahead and join the Atlanta Track Club. That way you can get a guaranteed spot in the race. Second tip is if you've run a 5K, so let's say you want to do the Peachtree Road Race next year in 2027, they will put you in waves based on either, I think when you sign up, or you can get a wave based on a 5K or a 10K that you have done in the last 2 years. I think maybe like 24 months. Or hold on, I think it's maybe 2 years before January of the year of the race. So I submitted a 5K I did at the Kaiser Permanente. Now I can't think of the name of it. Like the after work run, I submitted that one. I did that one in like 10.5 minute mile. So that was a great submission. I did not think it was going to get me a wave, but it did. So it got me into wave G. So here's the thing. It's a lot of people. You know, you hear people say 60,000 people run the race. You don't really think is like 60,000 people is a lot of people until you actually get to the race. So definitely try to get into a wave. That way you're starting earlier. So the actual race starts, I think, at about 6:30. Like they do some stuff before. Somebody sings national anthem, things like that. And then every 5 minutes after that is actually a wave time. So it helps to go ahead and get into an earlier wave or to try to get an earlier wave. Next tip. When I signed up for the Peachtree Road Race, they gave like a 2-week trial to Runner. It is an app that you put in what race you're looking for. It kind of, I guess, tracks all the bigger races like marathons and other popular 5Ks or 10Ks, and it gives you a running plan based on that. So the first 2 weeks I did that. I told the app what days I wanted to run. It's going to recommend a long run once a week just to get your body physically ready to run. Your long run most likely is going to be like an hour, hour and a half, depending on how quickly you're able to finish the race. So that did that. It gave a few tips on how to warm up your legs, things like that. It is a great app. I just didn't want to pay for it. So what I ended up doing was just like taking a video of the training workouts for the 8 weeks leading up to the race. And I just used that. Sorry, Runner. It's just a little bit too expensive for me. So those are your first tips. When you're getting ready for the race, you want to make sure you have some great shoes, do your research. I actually ran in some Adidas. I couldn't tell you the name of them. I think my husband got them from Costco. He got us matching shoes, but they're actually comfortable. They have a thick sole. So the most important thing, you have to understand your foot. I have an arch. I know some people without an arch. are a little bit different, but this shoe has a thick sole. My feet had enough room to breathe. I went ahead and already had the shoes, so I would recommend training possibly in the shoes that you're going to run in. That way your feet are used to running in the shoes. You would hate to run the Peachtree in shoes that you just got like 2 weeks ago and you've only trained in them once. So that's also another pre-tip. Some other things that I had to think about before I ran my last 5K on Memorial Day, and I had like a crossbody. It was a small one, but I didn't like it being across my chest. I even tried to put it to the back. I didn't like that. So after asking several people that have did the Peachtree or just people that run, they did recommend an armband. It fits your phone. It's actually upside down. So your phone fits in a pocket. If you have iPhone headphones, they can fit in here. And then if they're wired, they can fit through here. Then you can also put has Velcro. Then you can also put your like ID and card here. But if you have a watch that you can do tap to pay, I guess is what it's called, on your watch, you're cool. You don't have to worry about that, but you still want to have your ID just in case you need to show it for something. Another thing, so that's pre-training, things like that. I will say you may want to train without music. It's so much going on during the Peachtree, so I decided not to wear headphones because I always like to wear one so I can hear what's going on around me. You can wear two, but the thing about wearing two, then you can't hear anything. Like if somebody's giving warnings, a lot of people tell you what mile you're at, you're not going to be able to hear that. Or when you get finished, you're not going to be able to hear where to go if it's your first time. Now, if you've done it several times, you already know where to go, that may be fine. You can do two headphones. A couple of days before the Peachtree, usually it's 2 days before, you're going to go to the what is the thing called? You're gonna go pick up your bib, and I think it's called like the Peachtree Fitness and Wellness Fair. So I picked up some things there as I was doing my research. I found out about chews, and I also found out about gels. So I tried a gel maybe like the Monday before the race. This is actually a chew. Did the gel? It has a almost kind of like a honey consistency, but not really. But it was nasty, and it also had like a little bit of energy, kind of like an energy gel. If you want some energy, you can definitely do that. When I went to the wellness fair, this company was there and they had chews. I did have to pay for it. This is a pack of 10. This one is fast acting hydration. So it's supposed to give you a little bit of energy, and it also gives you electrolytes. The lady that at the booth I bought them from, she recommended to do 2 gels before the race. Then she was like, do 2 miles in, do 2 more. And I was like, hold on, I don't have that many pockets. So what I did, I just did 2 before the beginning of the race, and I forgot about it. I think I did it like maybe 5 minutes into the race. I guess it worked. Those are the only 2 I took. It probably would have worked even better if I would have took some throughout. But this was orange. It was a really tart taste. I was like, I don't think I want to take anymore. But one thing I did, I really took the time to hydrate. It was supposed to be really, really hot on 4th of July. Like the humidity was supposed to be high. It was supposed to be about 85, almost 90 degrees at like 8 o'clock. It rained on the Friday before 4th of July, so that really helped out. It cooled it down. It cut some of the humidity out. And started in G, the sun was out, but it was cloudy, so that really worked out. What I did, I made sure I drank water at least every other water station, and I hydrated several days before. I think I started overhydrating on Monday before the race to make sure that I was going to be hydrated. Some other things that you're going to actually need on race day, and I think somebody may have recommended this at the wellness fair, dude wipes. You're going to have to go pee, because if you're overhydrating, you're going to need to pee. So the dude wipe is something helpful, like if you go to the porta potty, the porta john, whatever you want to call it, if you go there and they don't have tissue, because think about it, it's like, again, by the time you get there, 50,000, 60,000 people. So they're going to run out of tissue. So bring like a dude wipe, especially this is like the travel or the demo size. These can fit right in your pocket. They work out well. I wore a skirt that had pockets, so it fit right in. And what I did, because I read this before, you can see it's in a plastic bag. So I put the fruit, the energy chew, the dude wipes, and I also had my car key. And if I wanted to listen to my headphones, I had them all in this bag because you're going to be sweating. And if you don't have shorts to actually protect the sweat, you don't want your stuff to kind of get soaking wet. So I put everything in a bag and it fit right into my pocket. It didn't fall out. At the fitness fair, oh, this is the wrong bag. Hold on. Can you pass me the other bag? All right. Oops. So at the fitness, oh, here we go. The Peachtree Health and Fitness Expo, presented by Publix. So it was 2 days. They gave you the opportunity to come on July 2nd and July 3rd. Great place. Is outside of Lenox Mall in air-conditioned tents. What it actually gives you the opportunity to do is go ahead and pick up your race bib. So you'll have your race bib. And then the other thing that you're going to get is this nice bag so you can carry all your stuff in. And it's great. You pick up your bib, you can get the map, you can also see, well, you can get the map so you'll know where you're going. You can also see the start times. It tells you what time things start, when wave A is going to start, the elite runners. So you get on that, then you walk around. You have a great time. Adidas had like a whole store, kind of like a pop-up shop. So you could get Adidas gear, bags, shirts, everything from Adidas. But they give you a lot of stuff for free. It's a lot of vendors there giving tips and tricks. These are just the things I got. I got a fan. This was from, oh, okay, the volleyball team here, Atlanta Vibe. I got this nice bag. I played Plinko at Publix, their vendor setup. So I got a bag from them. Northside Hospital was there. They gave out these exercise bands. There also was, oh, and I also got pocket tissue. So if you don't want to do dude wipes, these pocket tissues are great. Oh, they call them wallet tissues, but I think that the lady called them pocket tissues. This is also great too. Like if you're waiting for the bathroom, this is something you can actually keep in your purse even when you're traveling. So if you get to that porta john and there's no tissue, pick up a pocket wipe. Pocket tissue, so you'll have it. Oh, okay, here we go. And then I got, this is a stick. It has SPF sunscreen on one side, and then on the other side it has chapstick. I got that. Then from Ameris Bank, I got these cute little hair clips. They had cute ribbons that you can put in your hair. Of course, the theme of the Peachtree is 4th of July, so they had red, white, and blue ribbons. They also had red, white, and blue clips. I actually got silver clips. I don't have a lot of hair, as you can see, so I didn't use those. But I thought they were great to have, like if I wanted to use them in my daughter's hair. And then the belt line actually had chalk. And it's just a great way to get information about different places. Like I said, they had the gels, the fruit chews. People also had protein shakes and stuff like that, like in the bottle. Great place to go. Another tip for that is you want to get there early. If you're an Atlanta Track Club member, they actually open 1 hour early from 9 to 10 a.m. That way you can, get there before all the crowds. Go ahead and do that if you're an Atlanta Track Club member. That way you can get there. You're going to be waiting outside. It's already hot. Remember, it's the beginning of July in Georgia. So get there. Utilize that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. time for the Atlanta Track Club members. And then I think everything else is like 10 to 7, maybe 10 to 8. But you can do that. That's a great place to go. And you have to get your number there. The other option you can do when you first register, or if you realize, hey, I'm not going to be able to pick up my number for whatever reason, or my bib, you can get it mailed to you, but it comes to you several weeks in advance. All right. So during the race, some tips that I have: you want to pace yourself. It starts off downhill. Probably for the most part, I think it's downhill until you get to Cardiac Hill. And then you're at Cardiac Hill when you pass Shepherd Center. It's on the right-hand side. And you're going to see it looks like everybody kind of slows up. And also that's at like mile 3. So if you really haven't practiced, or if you're not a big runner, you're going to slow down at mile 3. And you'll see people walking up the hill. I walked up Cardiac Hill. I already knew. I did train for it, but I only did about 1 or 2 weeks. I didn't do a lot. Hopefully next year I'll be able to train more and really run it, even if you're running at a slow pace. And then after that, it kind of levels out. You go downhill again, which is great. So, you're able to pick up the pace again. Then you get a few little small hills on the way to Piedmont. But guess what? It's fun. You have people, of course, you have your water stations. You have the hydrant stations, like they have fire hydrants that are actually open, spraying out water. You have people giving out everything. People were giving out watermelon slices, Jello shots. Somebody was giving out donuts. People were giving out cans of beer, just everything. And they have entertainment every so often. I think it may be like 6 or 9 or something like that. I couldn't tell you. But it's just DJs. They had the band, and most I think everybody was doing music. The church right after Lenox Mall, they were playing their bell. So guess what? You're not alone. Even if you're running alone, first of all, there's a whole bunch of people around you. But also, it's just entertainment everywhere. The spectators are cheering you on the whole time. So it's fun. Once you're done, you finally made it. You see Piedmont Park. You're like, yes, I'm there. And then going to Piedmont Park is downhill. So you get a whole bunch of stuff. You get this this is like a headband or a sweat towel. They had it dipped in ice water, so it feels great because you're still hot because you're running. Oh, also Shepherd Center was passing out these neat sweatbands. I only got one. And when you know what? Actually, I ate all my snacks. So they gave us a banana, Chiquita banana, and then they gave us a peach. So if you're hungry, at least you'll have a peach and a banana. I got a pack of free just roasted peanuts. They also have water, Dasani bottled water they gave out. Then you get this great bag when you go pick up your t-shirt. Your t-shirt comes in a bag with some other goodies. It was goldfish, some apple cinnamon chips, and then some type of gummy. I don't know. It was kind of smushed in the bag. It's called Bia Pink Lemonade. It's a gummy. Oh, it says it's real honey. But it's a gummy. I didn't eat that. In the bag also was a body armor. And because I wore my Adidas, and I put clips up so you'll see reels of me getting all my stuff. Because I wore my Adidas, I was able to go to the Adidas booth. And of course, I got my shirt. You're going to get a shirt anyway. Oh, one thing, here's a tip. If you want a medal, if you're used to getting a medal after a race, you have to pre-purchase the medal. I think somebody told me it was like $20. So you pre-purchase your medal at the hold on. Oh man, the Peachtree Health and Fitness Fair. But because I wore my Adidas, I actually got a free FIFA ball, which was fun. So that was a benefit of wearing Adidas. And that is basically the Peachtree in a nutshell. Tips: have fun. Make sure you train, even 8 weeks. If you're already like an experienced runner and you like running, you could probably train in about 4 weeks. And that's more of training for the hills and just training for distance. I finished it in about 1 hour and 16 minutes. I'm sure some people are doing it about 45. The elite runner for the male, he finished in 27 minutes. the elite runner for the females, she actually finished in 31 minutes. So I'm sure it's people doing 45 an hour. Doesn't take long to train. The biggest thing, once the end of June hits, you want to go outside and run. Just even if you're just running just to get your body acclimated to being outside, the humidity, sweating and things like that. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you've ever done the Peachtree. I would love to hear your tips that I missed out on. If you plan on doing it next year, if you did it one time and you were like, no, I don't want to do it again, let me know. I would love to hear that. Other mamas want to know too. So that is my Peachtree Road Race 2026 summary. Thank you for listening.